binoculars, welcome back to Viva Barça and welcome to another interesting episode where we are going to be discussing on the latest developing stories. We start with this report claiming that Barca continue to do everything in their power to sign Marcelo Brozovic, even if Al Nassr is closing in. We are going to be discussing on that as we progress. Secondly, talking about Mikel Arteta, the Arsenal manager, as he has recently praised his manager Xavi, saying that Barcelona needed a figure like him. We are also going to be discussing on that. So guys, as we get right into the full stories, please, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give the video a like, and please watch the video right up to the very end. Things are certainly not going in Barcelona's favor as far as their pursuit of a new pivot midfielder is concerned. The Catalans are in the market for a replacement of Sergio Busquets, who has joined Inter Miami, but the La Liga champions have not tasted success so far. Moves for top targets like Joshua Kimmich and Martin Zubimendi are pretty much ruled out due to finances involved. This forced Barcelona to shift their focus to Marcelo Brozovic of Inter Milan. However, as per reports earlier today, the Nerazzurri have already reached an agreement with Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia to sell the midfielder for 23 million euros. It has been claimed that he has been offered a 3-year deal worth 20 million euros per season. A final decision has not been made yet, but all indications point towards the Croatian moving to Saudi Arabia. Despite this, Ashraf Ben Ayed is reporting that Barcelona are not giving up yet and they are still doing everything possible to try and convince Brozovic to snub Al Nassr and join Barcelona. The 30-year-old's decision is believed to be close but is not finalized yet. However, Inter Milan are preferring the deal with Al Nassr as they are in immediate need of cash and they are hoping to close the operation at the earliest possible. Representatives from the Saudi Arabian club are expected to fly to Italy imminently to try and finalize the transfer. As Fabrizio Romano reported earlier today, Al Nassr are confident of the chances and tomorrow could be key to the advancement of any deal. But Barca have not yet thrown in the towel yet and are still putting in all possible efforts to convince Brozovic to make the jump to Spain. Although it must be noted that they are in no position to compete with the offer proposed by the Saudi-based club. Of course, we can't compete with any offer from Saudi Arabia. We know that Saudi Arabia storming the wall of football this summer transfer window is all about tempting the players with some huge offers that is difficult to resist. And Brozovic, it's very unfortunate that after strong links with him, we might just be losing him, to be honest. Even though this report claims Barca are still putting all their power in order to bring the player to the Camp Nou, which, to be honest, I feel so pessimistic about this, you know. And losing Brozovic will be a big blow for Barca, considering that their top two choices, Zubimendi and Joshua Kimmich, have all been ruled out, all because of financial reasons. And of course, Sofian Amrabat, who was the next best choice, was also ruled out due to financial reasons. And not just that, Barca were not too interested, but they were just taking the player as a plan B, but they did not even take any serious approach, and the player was forced to leave from the wish list for Barca. Then now talking about Brozovic, which again, still again, another another deal that won't be materialized from the look of things, except that the player makes a late change of mind. Because yesterday, Fabrizio Romano started reporting how our Nas are getting very close to acquiring Marcelo Brozovic after an agreement was finally reached between the club and Inter Milan. But the player is still to make any statement, because if Brozovic finally agrees personal terms with Al Nassr, then we can say that's all. Goodbye to that deal. Not possible. So, despite the report saying that Al Nassr are closing in to signing the player after agreement for 23 million euros with Inter Milan, It has been reported that Barcelona have still not given up. They have still not given up. They are doing everything possible to sign Brozovic. You know, of course, we know that looking for a DM for Barca have been the top priority this summer, but to no avail so far. While we link with a lot of midfielders, but Barca will show all kinds of interest, but they don't know how to sign the players. They do most of the talking, but to do it in action, they always fail. And honestly, it is quite frustrating, you know. So to be honest, I think Barca should start looking for other areas or other places to look for Busquets replacement because Brozovic as it stands, it does not look promising at all that he will snub that Saudi Arabian club Al Nassr for Barcelona, except as I said earlier, the player have a late change in mind and he wants to play for a big club that is bigger than Inter Milan, which is FC Barcelona. But I very much doubt because they are even saying that his agents are pushing him to take that deal for Saudi Arabia because of the financial benefits. Then moving on to the next story of discussion. Speaking in an interview with Marca, Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta has hailed his Barcelona counterpart Xavi Hernandez, claiming that the Catalans needed someone like him to take the club back to success. Xavi took over Barca in November 2021, replacing Ronald Koeman. At the time when he arrived, the Catalans were in a difficult position, but the 43-year-old led the team to a runners-up finish in La Liga in his debut season. Xavi followed it up by guiding Barcelona to the La Liga title as well as the Spanish Super Cup this past season, ending the Catalans' drought in the Spanish top flight. The manager has come in for plenty of praise from his players, club president Joan Laporta, and several others. With Arteta also now joining in to hail the Barcelona head coach, he said, I have known Xavi since we played together at Barca, only by knowing his character and how he feels about the game. It was clear to me that Barca needed a figure like him, Arteta told Marca. He has been able to withstand the pressure and has been true to his ideas, always defending the club and the players. The team has been very reliable all year, Arteta said. Arteta himself has done quite well at Arsenal, who missed out on the Premier League title by whiskers this past season. There have been talks about the former midfielder being a future managerial candidate for Barcelona. As such, the Gunners' boss was asked if he would like to manage the La Liga club like Barca or Real Madrid in the future, to which he said, Spain is my country. I have been away for many years and at some point it could be an option to return to La Liga and have different experiences, but now, no way. So guys, with that we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye bye.